You know, I've hit a wall. This past year and a bit, I found myself somewhere different, somewhere new, and I've decided it's time to lose the weight. All that weight that I've been carrying around with me that bogs me down and slows me up, it doesn't do me any good. It's not healthy. No matter how much I've said it doesn't bother me or how much I've laughed it off, it was time. I am making a stand. This is me. I have curves, I eat junk food, I like chocolate, and I also really like to exercise. And now I'm losing the weight of my own and everybody else's expectations about my body. Hi and welcome to my channel. I make videos about life as a mom, life in a small town, and life as a nerd. So if that's interesting to you in any way, please feel free to like and subscribe and click that little bell button down below. I live in this body. This body is called a temple to the Lord. I take care of it and I exercise, but I'm no longer going to be held down by the weight and the stressors about what I put into my body and what other people think about what my body should or should not look like. I enjoy healthy foods. I also enjoy cookies and ice cream and chocolate. But what I enjoy the most is this feeling lately of relaxing into who I am as a person. Am I at my heaviest right now? Quite likely. Am I at my healthiest now? No. But also, yes, this is the healthiest and the most confident I've felt in my body in a long time. And to me, that is healthy. Now, as I'm recording this, it's about a month after Christmas. So January and December are a bit of a mess when it comes to snacks and food. I think anybody can admit that. It's been a rough few weeks with virtual school. My daughter has finally gone back to regular school, and it was kind of a mismatch of throwing snacks at whoever whenever anybody had time to eat it. And over Christmas, there's all the snacks. But I didn't let myself feel guilty about any of them, because snacks are great. Now, of course, this is obviously not what we usually eat on a regular basis. Of course not. So I know that I'm not technically at my healthiest. But my mindset is, and that makes a huge difference. If you haven't noticed, this has been a pretty terrible year, kind of across the board, especially for mental health. Although for a list of things I'm grateful for in 2020, check the link below. I would never claim that I have not and do not struggle with my own mental health issues, especially in this last year, 2 or 3 or 4. But letting go of the weight and the oppression of the societal expectations on my body is a massive lift off of my shoulders. From an early age, we are even subliminally taught to be ashamed of our bodies and that our bodies are a problem. That's how they continue to sell us creams and pills and detoxes. I have battled with this shame for years. I was in elementary school the first time somebody told me I was fat. I don't remember the specifics, but I was no more than grade 4. At the very most. Which is about 9 or 10 years old, which is bonkers. I was a healthy farm kid, a completely average healthy farm kid. But regardless of that, someone felt the need to throw that fat word at me like a dagger, and it lodged right in my heart and has lived there ever since. And why? Because kids are mean? Maybe. But also because those kids and I were and are being constantly shown images upon images of what we are supposed to look like, and anything different is bad. They show you perfect, polished Photoshop models in bathing suits and then push sugary products at you. And then the next commercial would be about dieting and exercising and weightlifting so that maybe someday you could look like them too. It's an endless cycle of shame, spend, shame, spend, shame, spend. But that's a rant for another day. I'll save that one for you. I want you to think about the last year. We have been through and survived, key thing, survived a whole awful lot. The fact that your jeans don't fit is irrelevant. Our minds, bodies, and souls need an abundance of grace right now, and we need to show it to ourselves and to other people. Mostly ourselves. Okay, this is extra important. If you have been watching this far and gotten a little bit annoyed with me because you are on or starting a health and weight loss journey with your doctor's supervision, and you and your medical professionals are the ones making the decisions about your health, I am not making a judgment here. None of this is a judgment on you or anybody else. I encourage you and I support you. This is just me and where I personally am right now, and I want to encourage you and other people along this journey to acceptance and health, body and mind. I'm also really happy for you in any way that you are choosing to better yourself right now, whether that be physical or mental health. We as women especially need to be a community of support. That said, please don't forget to allow yourself grace. A couple of weeks ago, I was looking for a particular picture from a trip we took a long time ago, and I stumbled across this picture of myself. Now, the first thought I had was, I was such a baby. The second was remembering how fat I felt that week. We were in Prague visiting my brother-in-law. If you want to see some really terrible quality videos from the first summer I was vlogging with a terrible little point-and-shoot camera, those are in a playlist. I will link it below. We had a great time. If you watch one, please comment on it because it will amuse me greatly. I was so proud of the 15 pounds I lost that week because we walked all over Prague and got so much exercise, and we're going and going for a week. But also, looking back on that, I think I was in my mid-20s. I'm now in my mid-30s. For me to be thinking that I should be looking like that now, after 2 kids and 10-ish years, there's no way that anybody should be pressuring themselves to look like they did 2 kids and 10 years ago. That's just unhealthy. I've aged, I've loved, and like I said, had 2 kids since then. Of course I don't look like that. Right now, I look like me. I do enjoy exercising, and I actually do have a goal to get physically stronger this week. I enjoy weightlifting. Fun fact about Karen that you didn't know. But I really don't care about that number on the scale anymore. That number is not me. My kids have told me that they love how soft and cuddly I am. My son once told me he liked my big squishy belly. 'Cause I'm comfy. And really, who is the audience that I hope to influence but them? If I spend all my time worrying about dieting and fitting into my jeans from 10 years ago, what kind of a thought is that to put into the mind of my 4-year-old son and my 8-year-old daughter? I want to teach them that they don't have to have shame about food. I want to get rid of the term guilty pleasure food in our house. Guilt and shame should never be associated with their food. Now, I originally recorded this video near the beginning of January, but I have a technical issue with it and I had to scrap the whole thing and re-record it again. But around that time, my friend had shared this quote from an Instagram page called Run for Brunch, and it really resonated with me, and I'm still going to share it with you even though it's not near Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I still think it's very important. It says, "Please remember, there's no need to squat for stuffing, crunch for cookies, push up for pie. You don't need to earn your food or the right to eat it. You are allowed to enjoy food without guilt or punishment. Just be thankful for the food on your plate." So true. Some days you eat lots of kale, other days you eat donuts, but always be authentically you. So this is me, losing the weight of everybody else's expectations and even my own. I'm accepting my size 12 to 14 because women's sizes are weird and a subject for another day. And I'm being authentically me. This year, I hope and pray that you join me on this weight loss journey, that you can lose the weight of other people's judgment and expectations on your body. I pray you find comfort in yourself this year. Please, if you enjoyed this and you want to be a part of my weight loss journey of learning to accept yourself and lose the weight of other people's shame and your own shame and becoming authentically who you are, then please subscribe and like this video and ding that little bell so you can come along with us on this journey. Until next time.